Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. Shh. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb people I can find, and with any luck, my questions will be able to answer all of them.
How do we answer dumb people?
Like you, Dave.
Right, firstly, my dog is currently in surgery, and I may have to take a phone call during the show. So I'll leave these. If that happens, I shall leave these people to entertain you. I think Jeff can dance. You'll have to wait and see.
What's wrong with your dog?
Oh, it was on your end. I thought it was
always
mine.
do his impressions.
Yeah, we'll save that for tomorrow, Jen. We'll just start.
I will definitely save that for tomorrow.
Right.
My dog got bitten this morning. It got picked up like a chew toy by an Alsatian.
Ooh, well, really?
Yeah. So it's very not well. She's basically been stitched to pieces. I phoned up about 20 minutes ago, and she's currently being stitched back.
And am I correct when you say Alsatian? You mean what we call a German Shepherd?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We call it a German Shepherd too.
We call it a German Shepherd too. But we
Oh, so
interchange.
it's just you being pedantic there, Dave.
No, we just interchange Alsatian German Shepherd here.
Yeah, depending who you talk to, you can swap back and forth between them. As long as you don't mention the war, you're alright.
I had German Shepherds, so that's why I knew that.
Oh, so you should just call them Shepherds. Leave the German off it.
Yes. So I'm really hoping she's okay. Worried about her.
So your dog was bitten by a shepherd.
Yeah. You've met the
Jesus.
dog that did it. He's over there.
Oh no,
Very sad.
that was a carpenter.
Right. Yes. Right, we shall go to the first question, I think.
Yes, please.
You introduced us all yet?
Oh no, I haven't! Shit! See, I'm thrown completely today.
Why?
We were just going to let you go, Dave. We realise you're under pressure.
Right.
It's such a professional show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today we've got with us Amanda, Jen,
Hi.
MathPig,
Oink!
Jeff,
Oi, oi.
Jenny.
Jen, you're supposed to wave both times. Keep the audience.
Oh, am
guessing.
I? Oh, I missed the joke. I'm sorry. I was distracted by the chat.
They're
That's
being very
usually
distracting.
Dave's job to be distracted by the chat.
It
and
is
ignore
very much so.
people.
It is, but he needs help today. His mind is on other things.
His
so-
mind is already distracted.
Yes.
Right. Amanda, how
By
you
the
doing?
way, you haven't said hello to everyone in the chat either.
I'll do that in a second. Amanda, how you doing?
I'm sitting up at least, so there's that.
And thank you so
And
much
I'm
for
full
coming
of
on.
stitches too, so I commiserate with your dog.
Fell asleep during Stargate Universe though yesterday, Dave. I don't know if we can let her off with that.
Oh, bloody
You
hell.
fell asleep during Game of Thrones, so fuck off.
Well, that's shite.
Domestic.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what? I'm going to be very
It's
real.
now May that the first cracks in the relationship started to develop.
It started today. He said he hadn't seen GOT, so
And now we have video evidence.
I'm going to be very rare and say hello to everybody. And say hello to Atheist Mo, to Joan, to Donna, to Greg, to MathPig, to Momma Atheist, to Natty, to Nerdy, to Seraphim, and to Wooly. Why is Jeff, Jenny, and Jen not in the chat?
I haven't said meow yet.
you're
I'll have
lazy.
There you
I'll have
go.
you I have you know, MathPig and I were the first people in the chat.
That was for the
There
first
was an
showing.
interesting question. There was an interesting question, Jeff. Are you going to dance for us?
If I get a phone
No.
call,
No?
Nobody
Okay,
wants to
just checking.
see that.
Naked around a fire in your old pagan style.
I didn't do that when I was a pagan.
Why not? I thought that was the benefit of being a pagan.
Because the weather's shit in the UK.
I've got to say,
so you were afraid they would see Little Willie.
I've got to say, my former.
It's not flattering.
My former vaguely pagan ex did a lot more naked outside dancing in Australia before she moved here.
There you go.
We have better weather for it.
There you go. I have to move to your neck of the woods for that, Jen. So
it's fine. But we've got nudie beaches. It's quite possible to go naked dancing here.
Have you done your dance yet, Jen?
Sorry?
Have you done your dance yet?
I haven't got that many subs yet. I still haven't hit 666, so I'm a long way off.
I'm not even halfway there.
I hit the followers on Twitter though, but it required both, so it's
12 more. I hit 600.
But you need 12 more subs.
Well done.
12 more subs for 600.
Everybody sub the fuck to MathPig right now. Go now. Subscribe to MathPig.
Go now.
Hurry up.
In
We'll
all
wait.
honesty, if you're watching this and you're not subbed to everybody, why?
Shut. Right. We'll wait.
Yeah.
Go. MathPig, subscribe now. We'll wait.
Yeah,
Just for me.
go subscribe to yourself.
I already have with all my accounts.
On all of your accounts.
Fucking cheating, yo.
It really
How many
is.
do you need again? I might have. I wonder if I haven't. How many of my accounts I've subscribed to you on? I might have to dig out some old accounts.
Those are so bad.
It's not a good way to do the subs. It really isn't.
It helps
It's
with
nice
the
to have
adrenaline rush.
somebody sitting so close to a
Why
little
did you
triple.
take away the feature of female to touch
There you
someone's
go.
name and taking you to their
Thank you, Jeff.
There you go. I'm doing Manda's job for her again.
What I do or not do, apparently.
He's doing things for MathPig that you won't do.
Can we just limit that? This is the only job that Jeff is going to do that man does not. That's the only job he's going to do.
No, that's not how it works. We interpret it in the worst possible way. That's how it works.
Well, you know which way Nerdy's going to interpret it.
Oh yeah.
So, first question.
Right, first question.
Do we have the first question?
I know, we're going to go. How long have we been live?
I don't fucking know.
Like 15 minutes, something like that.
Not making
I don't know.
math.
Yeah.
Shush!
Yeah.
Question 594. Who is your favourite Steve?
I know what you're trying to lead me here, Dave, but I'm not going to do it.
I'm not trying to lead anyone anywhere. I didn't write this
Oh
question.
Jesus, Jeff, no.
Don't say that.
I quite
I'm not
like
going
Steve.
to do it.
That includes
What?
female
Wait.
Stevies. That includes female Stevies and
Yes.
Stevens and straight Steves, right?
Yes. MathPig, what do you say?
Wow.
Fine. MathPig.
Okay.
I thought Steve Owen was, or what do you call him, the Australian guy that got killed by the...
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin. There you go.
Yeah.
He was in Egypt. We'll go with that.
Nerdy says Steve Austin, $6 million man. Natty says...
Can I,
Go on.
and then can I go Stone Cold Steve Austin then? That's a different Steve Austin.
Butcher me?
Boo.
Who's
Lame.
Butcher me? What? Who's Butcher me? Butcher me.
Buscemi, Steve Buscemi, which was my
Steve
fucking
Buscemi.
curse together.
Oh, man.
Fucking Steve Buscemi up on my wall there.
Who is Steve Buscemi?
Buscemi is it?
Who is that?
I'll have that man. He's an actor.
that-
Very good.
He's that
See,
very
Is that
cool.
from the Dude thing, Church of Dude,
Yeah.
is it?
He was in
Bug
Fargo.
Eyes.
He was the lead in Brooklyn Empire. He was in fucking Sopranos. Where the fuck have you
Yeah,
been,
okay.
Dave?
I've not seen any of those.
He was in
Death of Stalin.
We are not
Yes.
friends anymore.
Wait, is he a gangster?
Bruce Willis.
He plays a
Asteroid
gangster a
movie.
lot, yes.
That would be probably why I haven't seen any.
Jeff as Stalin. You
He's
not
a
seen
very,
that?
very, very
No.
good actor, and I
Yeah,
can't
he
believe
is.
you don't know who he is. That's
Oh,
terrible.
Joan says Steve Woodford.
Another
Yeah, no.
controversial one.
No.
Yeah, another controversial one.
Seraphim says Steve Cash. Stevenson.
No, I know. I guarantee nobody's going to say Stephen Anderson.
I hope not. I would literally kick them.
Someone's going to get. Anyone who does that is going to get blocked from the chat. Okay. So.
Or Steve fucking Jobs.
Man,
Steve. I thought someone might say Steve Jobs.
No, please don't say that.
I can tolerate the other Steve, but not Jobs. I can tolerate Wozniak though.
No, Wozniak's awesome.
Damn it, Jen. You're right.
I didn't say it. I sent it to you.
That too. So I agree.
You didn't have to give it away that I sent it to you.
What was it? Now you have to say
ruined
it.
for yourself.
Now you have to say it.
No, it's private.
Yeah, it's private.
It's all right. We'll keep it in this close-knit group. No one's watching.
It's a good one. You should say it, Manda.
Stephen Hawking. Duh.
That's a fair enough answer.
It's a very good answer, and I don't know why I didn't think of it straight up.
I know, right?
It's embarrassing when that
he
happens.
goes by Steven, not Steve. That's why. Or he went.
Yeah, but I'd already clarified with Dave at the beginning that Stevens and
Yes.
Stevie and all that were valid, which is why I said Stevie Nicks.
I'm having Fry.
Yeah, I thought of Stephen Fry, but there is a few issues around Stephen Fry that makes him not my favourite. I
Which
still like
ones?
him, but he's not my favourite.
Is he
I
not?
have the perfect Steve.
There was a few heavy transphobic things that he came out with a little while ago.
Was there?
Really?
Yeah, really.
I did not know that.
No.
Upsetting.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but I think it's more to do with his age and not really understanding, than actually being transphobic per se.
Mm.
So
How
Like that
about
twat from this morning. Jesus.
that one.
I didn't
That was
I didn't
unbelievable.
that.
Would you interview him still?
Yeah, hell yeah. I think I don't think he'd come. I mean, he's had enough persecution himself from homophobia that I think.
Why is it you managed to end
ultimately would
sentences?
end up being that.
Why
Sorry?
is it you manage to end sentences in a way that come across as inappropriate?
Practice.
Why is it you take everything she says as inappropriate, Dave? You fucking
Because he's
pervert.
used to me.
How
Everything
about,
she does is a little inappropriate.
Go on.
no one said.
It's all about being a Jen. Don't
Jen.
you realize that every single
Oh.
Jen you've ever spoken to does the same thing? Don't
You're
we,
aware
Jen?
my daughter is Jen.
Yes, I am.
I was going to say Stephen King, but then someone's had that in the chat. So
He was in
I
the
didn't see
Big
Steve.
Lebowski, Dave. You've seen the Big Lebowski, right?
No, I haven't.
What the fuck?
Have you seen Armageddon? He was in Armageddon.
Oh,
Yes, I've seen
Seraphim said
Armageddon.
another really good
Who was he
one.
in Armageddon?
He rode the rocket.
Oh, the one with the weird eyes.
The fuck? Yes. I was about to send you a picture, but now you fucking know. That's who I was talking
I
about.
like Seraphim's one, Steve Wozniak.
Mm.
Definitely not Steve Jobs, though, because he was a prick.
Oh, I said no, Steve Jobs. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natty says, I almost said Steve Jobs, but too many people hate him and I don't want to stir the pot. This is another one.
Steve Coogan.
You're all wrong.
See, I'm not
I
keen
got
on Steve
perfect
Coogan.
Steve.
I do not find Alan Partridge in the slightest funny.
Is this working?
Dave?
Hello? One,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Sorry, Jenny, you're very
Jenny's
quiet.
trying to talk. Shush. Jenny.
I have the perfect Steve. You are all wrong.
Go on.
Who?
My favorite Steve is a
Can't hear you at all.
Oh, God damn it. I can't help this. A friend of mine has a mixed breed German Shepherd Hound mix that's named Steve.
Yeah, that works.
That's my favorite.
Floofs always win.
He licks me.
He licks you.
Did you just say he licks you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interpret that how you want.
Yeah, Steve Martin is a good one too. I love Steve Martin.
Martin.
Does,
Steve
does
McQueen.
anyone does anyone think it'd be a good idea to get a whole heap of different pictures of flat earthers and put little dog ears or cat ears on them and run a little video called Floof Earthers?
I thought someone
I'll
already
go with
did
cats.
that.
I don't want to fuck with. It's too mean to dogs to compare the two.
Yeah, that's
Can we
better.
go with cats? Well, we can. Well, why don't we pick? Why don't we pick animals like, say, badgers? Because no one likes them.
No, I like badgers too. How about if we pick opossums and weasels?
Skunks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
Stephen Colbert. Colbert.
No.
How do you
Oh
say it?
yeah.
He's
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Colbert.
Not
Stephen,
favorite.
not Stephen
your favourite.
Merchant then. Yeah, it's not Stephen Merchant.
Who is Ricky Gervais's right-hand man? Forgotten his name.
Stephen Merchant. I just said
Is that, is that? Well, I said it's that. I was wondering if that was Stephen Merchant. Yeah, I quite like him. He has a charm I like about him. I might just fancy him.
You ever watch An Idiot Abroad?
You're watching one now.
I've watched Broads Who Are Idiots.
No.
Next question, Dave. Wait. Did you?
Was
you
he in?
answered, right?
Was he in? Was
Yeah,
he
did,
in?
He did answer, Amanda.
Was he in Con Air?
Yes.
Steve Buscemi
He was
wasn't.
the guy that liked kids.
It was implied.
It was more than implied, but yes.
I now remember that there's a Family Guy skit about it, about him looking in the mirror in the morning.
I don't like Family Guy, so I wouldn't know.
Have I answered? Yes, Stephen Fry.
Okay. Cool. Ow.
Like Nerdy says, no one has actually come out to say Steve McRae yet. It's only been hinted at, and I don't think that's fair.
Well, I was going to, but I was warned strongly off of it.
I would suspect he's no one's favorite also.
Yeah. I don't
like the
think
guy, but I
he
think-
was anybody's favourite.
Is he your actual favourite, Jeff?
No.
You think he beats?
I like the guy, but I
Uh-huh.
like I've said, like I've said, I understand why he rubs people the wrong way at the same time. So
I have to ask you something at the end, actually, because there's new drama I don't know about apparently.
No,
I'm
No,
trying it. Dave, I'm trying to stay the fuck out of it now.
Yeah, I never want to talk about any of his dramas. They are such bullshit, immature crap.
No, not Stephen Sondheim. No fucking way. Oh,
Who's
God,
that?
No.
Who's that?
He's a musician, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
writes
Uh-huh.
plays. I mean, some of them are good, but some of them are not good. So
Stevie Wonder is
I mean,
watching
not-
you.
Amanda,
Uh-uh.
like them.
He is no fucking. Oh, is that the one? Oh, he is no Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's beautiful. I'm sorry you lost the other one.
Who's the guy?
Oh no, that's the replacements that I got, but they're not as nice as the other ones.
You never
Who's the
are.
guy? Who's the guy who
No.
did Cats and Jesus Christ and all that? What's his name again?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
He's not
Sondheim
Steven.
Who
is like
also, I
Andrew
mean, I
Lloyd-
like some of his stuff, but
Son-
most of it is
Sondheim
fucking garbage. So
Sondheim is like Stephen Lloyd Webber or Andrew Lloyd Webber without any of the revolting crap or actually good crap. Well, no, Andrew Lloyd Webber sucks. So
he-
bad
Yeah,
comparison.
and Andrew
I
Lloyd
really
Webber
Never
is
mind.
like Phantom.
Andrew
But-
Lloyd Webber. Everything he's done is objectively bad, and he's a fucking arsehole to boot. So.
I
No, not everything he's done is objectively bad.
I want to see the line.
Can we use surnames?
Go
I wanna
on.
See the line in the Roger Waters
Pamela
song,
Stevenson.
True, and have the piano
No.
come down and break
No.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's fingers.
Jenny's still going off about Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Nobody listens. I'll come back
I'm
later.
listening.
Yeah, bye.
I'm listening.
No.
Oh!
Oh dear.
We need to get her a better mic.
Yeah.
We probably need to stop talking over one another a bit more as well.
The problem is, it's not worse when one's very quiet.
So we got lag as well, so.
Yeah, I had lag and it being quiet. I didn't even realize she was still talking.
No, me neither. Right.
Is she okay?
I don't know. Seraphim says Steve Harvey. Seraphim says Steve Carell. I don't like Steve Carell. He's back.
He's
okay.
Hello.
I was just trying to reset on the microphone.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to see if it works better from a distance now?
Is it any better?
It's all right when you're holding it up to your mouth, but before, yeah, it had gone quiet again. So, sorry, didn't mean to talk over you.
Okay.
Right.
There's that better.
A few glasses. Oh, brilliant.
Just try the next question.
We need to get you.
Next
We
question.
need to get you a blue Yeti.
Ooh, is that one of those vibrators? It's like
No.
long.
Doesn't vibrate.
They're dome shaped and they're.
Yeah, wonderful. Next question.
Question 595. Have you ever been fired? / what for?
Oh God.
A couple of times when I was a kid.
What for?
Just not fucking turning up on time. Basically, kind of taught me a lesson about getting to work on time. No, there's another one. Oh fuck! Oh, sorry.
We can hear, we can't hear her talk, but we can hear her breathe.
Breathing, yeah. Loudly. I was another time. I was about to get fired from a job, which would have been unfairly, but he was kind of pissed because I quit first, so told him to go poke his job up his arse. So
Fair enough.
Jenny.
I've been retrenched because the company was downsizing.
It's retrenched.
As in, I got laid off for work, but I wasn't actually fired for something I did.
Made
I was
redundant.
just laid off because made redundant. Yeah.
I actually say that someone else from that job I quit actually tried to talk me into coming back later the same day, and I said if I turn up there, I said I'm going to end up putting my fingers like knuckle deep in the guy's eye socket. I don't think it's going to be a good idea. It's just interesting about that job.
I have been fired from every job I have ever had.
Why?
I have a tendency to tell the person in charge to fuck off and stuff, and they don't like that. Although the one job I had, which was my actual career path, at transition, I was fired from for transitioning. So I didn't tell anybody to fuck off until after they fired me.
Nerdy says no. Natty says I need a job to be fired. Seraphim says no, never been fired, I have been laid off. Joan says I have for refusing to do a certain job that I determined not in my job description. Seraphim says the newspaper was shut down.
Joan, I'm sorry, I either have to breathe in the mic or nobody can hear me.
Yeah, the breathing's worse.
Just pull the mic up to your mouth.
Atheist Mo says, I called in and said because I am sick and tired of working for you, fuck off. Fuck you. That works. Sammy says, I've been fired but rather not say why. That's someone that took a shit on his boss's desk.
I'd brag about that.
Boss's wife.
I could see Sammy doing that. I've been made redundant. Right, it was the perfect setup. I was made redundant in 1 week. Right, I moved house, did all the stuff I needed to move house, and they hired me back on a contractor's rate 2 weeks later. MathPig.
Wow.
He's gone.
He's gone. Amanda.
You thought
No, son off!
Okay,
Don't come back!
Dave just fired him from the show.
I've never been fired, no. I've quit many a job, but I've never been fired.
Amanda?
There was a job in college that they let me go because there was somebody else that needed to come in, but it wasn't really fired. It was just laid off, kind of. So that's about it.
I'm kind of proud that I got the reputation that I don't play well with others.
Neither do I, but I
you know,
fake it.
I don't care how nice the employer is.
Story of your
It's
life,
still
isn't it, Amanda?
ultimately a form of slavery.
And oddly enough,
it
Jenny,
makes me mad.
your audio's working now.
Yeah, you were fine. We heard you fine.
After all, it was working whilst it was down. We could hear you fine.
That's really weird.
Yeah, don't pretend to understand it.
Nerdy says, I pumped the gain via software.
What?
I don't know if you're talking about audio.
Gay. I thought you said gay, not gain. What the hell is pumped the gay via software? Is that like one of those interactive porn hubs? Is that?
Damn it, Jen.
Kind of.
Ricardo says, many moons ago, yes, because I slept with the boss's girlfriend, and the boss's wife didn't like it.
Which technically shouldn't be a sackable offence.
Personality clash.
It's like
Maybe they were polyamorous. You'd been very judgmental there, Jeff.
to some. Oh no, I'm not being judgmental at all. I said that technically that isn't a sackable offence.
Does it depend whether or not it happened in office hours?
Yeah, well, that would be
now that could be a bit of an issue. Yes.
on the boss's desk during lunch break.
That's lunch break. It's their own time.
The boss's desk isn't their own space. Oh, sorry, Jen.
I did it on the boss's desk once. I was the boss, so I guess it still counts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not a sackable offence if it's your own desk.
Well, I'm pretty sure the company had a policy that discouraged that.
So don't tell me you had sex with a person and then hired them for sleeping on the boss's desk.
No, they were a subcontractor, a cleaning person, actually.
Dave?
Yeah. I answered already.
Oh,
He answered already.
I'm here, I swear to fucking God.
Love you, Amanda.
Tried.
Natty says, Mo says, smoking weed in front of my boss.
I did that too. Got a warning.
Mo said, I've been
I
fired.
supplied my boss with some pot.
I smoked weed with my boss. Does that count? I smoked weed with my boss. Does that count?
I've smoked weed with one of my bosses.
I just remembered something that happened to a former friend of mine who I don't actually sort of tend to associate with nowadays. But when he was 18, he got in trouble with the law a few times, and he said he'd been sacked from his job working on a warehouse. He said, well, they heard about this this alleged burglary thing I'm supposed to be involved in, which I've not even been charged for yet. So I was kind of a bit sympathetic for it at first. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, if it's an allegation you haven't been charged, they shouldn't really be sacking you. He says, and then he turns around and says, yeah, and they also tried to pull this shit about me, like driving the forklift truck right into the boss's car whilst I was fucking high on speed. Shit on me as well. And I'm like, starting to see what the real issue might be here.
They don't like you?
Personality clash.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you shouldn't drive forklifts at speed either.
Or on speed.
Or on speed, yeah.
On speed was what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
How the racking comes down. Right, next question, I think. Question 596. Have you ever had sex with someone whose name you never knew?
Oh, as in a complete stranger.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've had sex with plenty of people whose name I can't remember now.
No,
Yeah,
that doesn't count.
There's one
But I knew their
person-
names at the time.
I knew his name at the time. That's what I was going to say, but I cannot for the life of
I
me.
don't remember it now.
No. So,
I could tell stories about some of them, but I couldn't remember their name.
yeah, no.
Quite.
No. Go on, Jeff.
Probably the same thing that I don't remember names, but I may have known at the time. I'm not certain on this one.
I mean, who remembers the names of their one night stands anyway?
I remember the
Exactly.
names of most of my one night
Yeah.
stands.
I mean, on top of that, I've got people I dated for a few months and I don't remember their names.
I thought
Yeah, I have that too. But it was like before Angel, like a
Yeah,
long time ago.
I thought
I
I'd be
mean, sorry,
I
what
thought,
was that?
I thought I'd be able to remember that names of most of my one night stands, seeing as there's not a lot of them to remember,
And you can't.
and I still can't. That's a bit bad.
Nerdy says yes next.
Right.
Ricardo says plead the fifth. Joan says no. Natty
I have
says
a
yes,
question.
I'm on disability. Seraphim
Does-
says did
does
someone say
everyone-
my name?
Does everyone remember the name of the person you lost your virginity with?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I was in a
No, I don't
relationship with her for a
remember
long time.
Yeah, I
so-
do.
And was its name Fist?
If
Person you said, not object.
Well,
Mrs.
I
well,
remember her
Mrs.
name,
Palmer-
so.
Mrs. Palmer and her 5 lovely daughters.
Rosie Palm and her 5
Rosie Penn.
lovely daughters. Which, by the way, Jackson Brown has a song about called Rosie, and it's on
About
one of
you.
his- Oh, I forget the name of the album, but it's a song all about masturbating.
There's an old British song called the Wanker Song as well. You might want to listen to.
The
I'm a
Wanker song.
wanker, and it does see good like it bloody well should. I'm a wanker. Yeah.
Why are they all talking about losing their virginity now?
You
Jenny brought it up.
You brought sex up.
Jenny asked the question. I was going to say that one of the guys I dated for 18 months, I can't remember his name, but as I was about to say it, I remembered what his name was.
Greg says picked up in a
It
bar,
wasn't
never
as
saw
bad
her
as I
again.
thought.
Okay,
Sorry?
Greg
does
said
it
picked
count
up in
if
a
you didn't
bar.
actually have sex with them? But it
Well,
almost
this is
happened?
the point. I'm unsure where to draw the line as sex. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Oh,
do
kinda-
like blowjobs count? Because
Who are you, Bill Clinton? Yeah,
No, well, this is the point. I think blowjobs count.
well,
yeah, I would say.
then definitely yes.
I think the obvious interesting question here is does that change the answer for MathPig or Jeff?
It might actually-
Probably not.
Oh, I think it changes the answer for me too. Damn it! Just point me out to be a slut. Then why don't you, Amanda?
All right.
Here.
Does it? What if it was an almost, but you didn't actually end up doing it because you were too scared?
No.
So it does not count. Okay,
No.
Great. I don't. Then no, I remember all their names.
Sammy says, I never had sex with anyone whose name I didn't know. I have standards, you know. It was 2 girls. Nettie says, I
And their
never
names were, Sammy?
He doesn't remember.
Tabby just called them G1 and G2.
Dave,
Yes?
answer the fucking question?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of figured, but make sure.
But yeah, I'm trying to wonder about how much of the chat I've missed.
A lot.
Natty, I never got freaky, never had sex with someone I didn't know. Nerdy says hashtag drink. That works. Right.
I always felt really guilty on one night stands. I thought it was really bad of me to have one night stands.
I used to.
Every one of them.
You're right there, Jen.
Stop making me laugh.
Jeez.
Oh. Fuck.
I'm blushing. I can tell.
You are. You're redder than your glasses.
Oh boy.
Right.
Shall we go to the next question, Dave?
I think so.
Now that we've all talked about what horrible people we are.
Not horrible.
Now
fun.
that we've all cooled down a little.
Right. Question 597. Given population is going to become a problem, how would you advise controlling it?
This is actually something that we, postulate
Compulsory.
about in a fun way, not in a serious way in my field, to be honest with you. But I've never actually come up with
important, yeah.
Yeah, because it's
So you've not been the one to suggest going around with an automatic weapon, trying to solve it yourself.
No, not an automatic weapon per se, but we've had discussions that have been pretty fucking dark. I can say that. And that's all I'll say. So.
Well, Nerdy says real life battle royale. Ricardo says a flood.
Population
No.
a couple of
This has been
generations with birth control. So
no. Ricardo's got it right. There's a tried and tested method. A flood. It's been tested. It works.
Let's start with educating the extreme right about birth control and shit, because I live
not allowed
living
to.
in the South. I
We're not allowed
watch families that have no money at all, clearly, or just dirt poor, but have like 7 fucking kids because.
But we're not allowed to teach them about birth control.
I'm saying we need to fucking change that shit.
How do we change that shit when we are
don't
literally
know.
not allowed to?
I don't know how we change it. We just do, and quite frankly, I would really like to see a version of Idiocracy, except the opposite.
Here's my problem. Right now, they're winning. The religions are winning.
Yeah.
Not because they are better, not because they've got better ideas, but because the rest of us are stopping breeding. And they are just going on and having
well, they
fun.
have to, because it's the only way they can get new converts, because they have to breed them and then indoctrinate them.
Because the people on our side are educated, know better, and quite frankly, we know we don't actually need to have children. It's not a necessity. It's a valid choice to not have kids. And if we do, like Dave and I have one, and MathPig have one,
Children are a privilege, not a right.
Yeah.
No.
The Caucasian complexion.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know.
I don't think having kids is a right.
I don't think it's a right, but I don't think it's a privilege either. I think it's when you put it in terms of that, it puts it one way or the other. I think it's meh. I think
that's exactly what Trump just said about voting, by the way.
What? It's a privilege.
That it's a privilege. It shouldn't be a right.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's classic Republican.
The whole mail-in ballot thing that he's trying to
Has
fight.
he seen? He won't have fucking read. Has he seen Starship Troopers?
Trump? How the
Yes.
fuck do I know?
He hasn't seen anything.
You're an American, aren't you?
I think Amanda knows him
wouldn't
personally. What the
understand
fuck,
it if he saw
Dave?
it. You wouldn't
Don't all
understand
Americans
it,
know
would
each
you?
other? What?
Oh!
What did she say? What, Amanda?
I said he wouldn't understand it if he saw it anyway. He'd just be like, "Ooh, aliens and explosions." So.
And we need a
Citizenship.
Space Force to stop the aliens. The alien bugs.
Right. Ilya says birth
It was a
control.
fucking documentary. So.
It is. Birth control and stop
Whoever
controlling
trolled
women's
him with
choices.
the logo for Space
Give
Force.
talk,
gets a
man.
fucking
Give
award.
talk.
I was gonna say that would be his justification for Space Force. He'd like fucking be like, "Look, see, I told you we need to get on this shit. This is why I have this." Oh fuck me.
Right. Ilya says
Okay.
birth control and stop controlling women's choices. Right, you're aware that screaming MathPig when I'm trying to say that it's not good.
I have
Sarah-
an answer.
2 seconds. Seraphim said, I have begged every doctor for one. Seraphim got to have at least 2 kids first or get married and get husband's permission. Go on, Jenny.
I would like to see obligatory orchiectomy for anyone who doesn't do better than a B+ average in high school, and do that for the next 20 years.
Oh! So
problem is-
emasculate all men who don't do well at school.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the rich
God.
would just pay their way around it.
with an emphasis in the sciences and social sciences. Well, in STEM. Let's just say STEM.
Damn, yeah.
Right, Natty says you have to use their cult brainwashing against them and convince them that it's God's will to not have kids. To convince them, that's it. Convince them that the rapture's going to happen in 20 years' time, and there can't be no kids at the rapture. So if they have kids, they will be killed off. The kids won't get to heaven.
No, let's stop having kids. Otherwise, you make it a law. You say you're only allowed 2 kids unless, of course, you have a license to have more, and you can only get that license under certain strict conditions.
Can't do that. Doesn't work.
Why not?
Yeah, ask China how well that
Yeah,
works.
it doesn't work. You can.
China, regardless of people circumventing it, China still reduce their population.
Yes, but my point is, it's also massively damaged it in terms of the male-female gender split.
Yeah.
The only way you can
But we have the same problem. We don't
Yes.
have the same issue of.
we would.
Yeah. We would.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Caucasians
yeah,
are
Mal
every bit
reduced the
as sexist
population
that way
quite a bit as well. It
anyone
didn't
else.
work.
The point is that you would have any policy that enforces it is going to be a problem. I can only see any policy that works by helping and hindering, basically, so that I don't know. So that you either society stops helping after a certain point, because I don't think you can.
Fair too.
Say again.
Well, that's fair too. No help from society for any children above X amount. So it's your own responsibility at that point.
Very much so. And my point is,
If you put yourself into poverty, that's your fault at that point.
Yes. No, I have problems with that as well, though, unfortunately. As much as I think that's the only way to do it.
I'm not overly keen on that either, because the point is it's the poor who will suffer with any of these plans.
This is the problem.
Because the rich
Will be. It
This is my
absolutely
point.
will be.
Well, see, that's one of the most entertaining things about all the freakish concepts of control and stuff that the right wing, or I should say the Caucasian right wing, has. They think that they can make all these decisions and they're filthy rich, and so none of it affects them. Honey bunny, you give me 2 generations and the Caucasian race or skin color is history.
Is circumcision?
White people are breeding at a rate of 1.8. They're not replacing themselves. They're gone. They're history.
I know.
Bye.
Is circumcision? But it's irrelevant. Right? Is circumcision popular in the Islamic world?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I would assume it is. Don't they still believes that, as the Jews do, that it's part of the treaties with God. So.
Okay, right, okay. So, first step. We convince them they've been doing circumcision wrong and give them a vasectomy.
Yeah, that's good.
That's everyone. That's not...
Honey, did you answer?
Yeah, that will drastically reduce the human population in a very short space of time, as well as all the Jews and the Muslims.
Okay,
Might be a tad racist, that policy.
Okay, we're going down some very... I mean, I think I was just going to suggest like culling flat earthers and sovereigns.
I know.
To start, but you're going on some full-on genocide.
But the problem is there aren't enough flat earthers. Earthers.
I'm just saying that as a starting point. We'll just...
Can we start off, if we're going to cull people, can we start off with culling the rich?
Then they'd just be more rich.
So that is still the 1%, though, Jen. It's not really a...
Still not very many.
No, but I'm just saying, could we just start with that? I mean...
Right, with it. Sammy says, tattoo a picture of a naked Trump on people's genitals. Overpopulation solved.
You'd be surprised.
Apparently, the Islamic world is they're very proud of the fact they have circumcision. Right. Wait there. I'll come to you in a second, Jenny. MathPig.
Probably not popular, but sterilize everybody at birth. When they get 18, they have to pass a test, prove they're smart enough to have a fucking child.
See, I think that will become viable once we get. See, I like that idea, but the problem is that sterilization at the moment is not reliably reversible.
Yeah, no, you need to make sure.
And women it's not. Men.
Well, you don't have to sterilize at
men
birth.
is not that reliable.
Sterilize at puberty, don't you?
Not that reliable either way.
More so than women.
Yes.
Yeah, more so, but not. It's still not. I don't think it's
Medicinal sterilization is reversible. So.
Yeah, some forms are.
Ilya says, make birth control free, outlaw abstinence conversations in public school, education on protection, allow women their choices, stop blocking those who don't want children from the procedures. Yes,
that's ultimately the things you have to go down. Really, is
apart from the fact that you've got to do that in spite of religions.
No one said that's going to be easy, but that's kind of what you need. It's where you need to go with.
Can we just outlaw religion?
That won't work.
No. Well, no, it would. Work. If we could actually outlaw it. Atheist Mo says, allow church.
Outlawing religion it's going to go away.
No.
Exactly.
No, but at least then we could that we wouldn't have to kowtow to them as far as education and stuff goes and
true
rights for people.
Atheist Mo says, allow church attendance while we're still on lockdown.
That works.
Well, Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump's helping out with that a little bit now, isn't he?
I mean, in all honesty, Donald Trump doing that kind of crap at the moment actually could be good for America in the long run. It's not good right now, but it could be good for the US eventually.
Hasn't he said churches are essential or something?
Yep.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, Jenny.
I think my idea is better than what you proposed, Dave, because an orchiectomy, archaeectomy.
I just want to know what that is.
That would be removing your balls.
Yes. People might miss them. That might kill the population.
Well, if they'd done it first, they wouldn't miss them because they wouldn't know they had them.
Let me finish. No, to do it as part of your educational success is better because you're doing it because of educational success and it's a reward, and so people would strive to do better educationally, so they're not going to get snipped. And two, for those who get snipped, it would help calm them down because they're not going to be having as much of that god-awful testosterone floating around their body, making them toxic and murderous.
Yeah, you've just come off as the most rad firm person that Dave's ever had on.
Actually, there is the very, very simple fucking way we could do this and do it right fucking now. End the fucking lockdown and let nature take its course. Population will be down very considerably by the end of it.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping for. Right.
That's what I'm hoping for. I am completely open about that. I hope that all these bastards who are standing around with their little AR-15s and upset because they can't go to a pizza party tomorrow fucking die from this virus. We don't need people like that around. They're idiots. They're absolutely subcultural. They're just a complete waste of carbon and water.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
couldn't we just all males have to have the reversible vasectomy switch put in once they hit puberty, so that they can still go through puberty?
When that's
and
reliable,
and then they
yes.
only get... Well, I know it's not 100% reliable, but it'd be reliable enough.
But basically,
get rid of the population.
right? The response to that will be, you're talking about enforced surgery.
So what?
Society will implode. At that.
Yeah, I need the same people who implode about all that, anything like that. I mean, screw them.
Right, next question, I think. I don't think we've solved world population.
I don't know that you can at the moment.
Do you not?
Well,
Right.
Other than opening the lockdown and just like millions of people.
But
die.
even then, it's not going to be enough. It's still only going to be 5%.
No, I know that. I mean, so because someone said about
5%'s not a bad start, though.
someone said about China. Someone said this about China, like the policies they've had didn't really affect the issues they've had, and like 35 years, like fucking Mao did shit Mao did wasn't enough to fucking solve that problem, and there's like about 20 to 30 million people died because of his stupid fucking Great Leap Forward policies, you know?
Yeah. Right.
And the other point about Jeff's idea with COVID is that you have that many people die, the virus has got more chance to mutate and become even worse. So you might get a lot more people die than that. God, we're fucking bloodthirsty, aren't we?
Yes. Very quickly. I'll bring a chart next time. Groups to kill off. The first
you
against
could win
the
the
wall.
Whiteboard Award in the next Sideman Down Awards.
I can visualize a Venn diagram featuring everything that's right wing.
I like some right-wing ideas.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be killed.
Right, question 600.
Yeah, let's move on.
Oh, I can't spell.
Oh, 600. I've been waiting for this. I'm so
Right.
excited. It better be good.
It is. Do you see yourself? What?
That was-
What?
Everyone
just
shut up.
Just 66 more questions to go to the big one.
To the big one. Do you see yourself as a pterodactyl or a lawnmower?
Oh, God.
Pterodactyl's going to be a little bit more fun than being a lawnmower,
Yeah,
isn't it?
pterodactyl's more fun. Let's go with
This isn't
pterodactyl.
even a hard question.
Well, I'm
There's
older
the easy
than most lawnmowers ever get, so I guess I'd have to be a pterodactyl.
You have to be a pterodactyl. So
Dave
What do you
thinks
s-
he's the lawnmower man. That's the
I
thing.
was going to say, the lawnmower man, is that a viable option? Not
No.
really, is it?
it's a lawnmower or a pterodactyl. And it's not whether you want to be one, it's do you see yourself as?
I don't see myself as a flymo at all, no.
No, you see yourself as a flying reptile.
Yeah.
Well, what are the comparative features that makes those valid to compare each other against?
They're not. That's the point.
Oh.
Well, one's alive. One
One's
was at
alive?
least a living thing. Well, one was at least a living thing at one time, you know.
Not according to some young Earth creationists.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
apparently
5,000 years ago.
Apparently Kent Hovind knows someone who spotted one flying in the United States a year or two ago, so...
Indeed.
Nerdy says, I'm definitely more lawnmower than pterodactyl. Seraphim says, pterodactyl scree!
Would that be
You know
a pterodactyl? Oh, I'm sorry. Only American market people wouldn't understand that one. Toro makes lawnmowers.
Do they?
Yeah.
Jones
Toro-
says, Jones says, wait, I've lost that. Pterodactyl, I like to be alive and not a thing. Robert says, pterodamoa. Pterodamoa. Donna says, pterodactyl. Natty says, well, I mean, it's not about which one I find more fun, it's about what is honestly more like me. And I do smoke a lot of grass, so I guess a lawnmower. Nerdy says, a little fly mo? No, I'm more like one of those ones that you can sit in and drive around. Are you good to take for a ride, Nerdy?
We have to ask MathPig.
I wouldn't want to be a lawnmower because I don't think lawns should even be allowed to exist. They're one
Why?
of the most polluting. They're one of the most polluting features that humans ever came up with. They destroy environments. They completely destroy biodiversity. They waste resources and pollute through chemical fertilizers and weed killers and all that kind of stuff. And then they get all patchy if you have a dog, you know. Lawns shouldn't exist.
MathPig.
Well, going by Natty's logic, I would be a lawnmower as well, but when someone says lawnmower and makes a reference to a person, I think of lawnmower parent, and I'm definitely not that.
Seraphim says, I do need a lawnmower to mow the lawn. That doesn't help. Ricardo says, autonomous lawnmower on the way to become a self-replicating conscious AI. Ilya says, I'm so much more of a weed eater. Good. Jones says, a good reason to want to be a pterodactyl. Prove creationists wrong. Seraphim says,
Although
lawnmower
if you were a pterodactyl now, they'd probably think they were right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Seraphim says, a lawnmower with pterodactyl AI. Sammy says, can I go with a weed whacker? I think you do enough whackering. No, that doesn't make sense. Manda.
And I didn't know weed was a euphemism for penis.
I was thinking that exact same thing. Yay, Jen. Oh.
I was actually
other way.
I was actually going to say nerdy's more like a garden strummer than a mower anyway, but
I don't see how you make that distinction. Manda.
I have to talk about gardening
it's-
at some point.
We're up. Yeah, that way.
Well, maybe 601 will be a better question.
No. Manda.
Oh,
Are you more like...
okay.
What?
A pterodactyl.
A pterodactyl. Can you fly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do if you take enough drugs.
I wasn't here, so I don't know if you actually answered, Dave.
No.
He did.
He did.
I don't believe he did.
Greg says, I'm an
Still hasn't.
Archaeopteryx. A flightless bird with hairy feathers.
Was Archaeopteryx, strictly speaking, a bird? Or
None of those were strictly speaking birds. I
I
don't think.
kind of considered the first
Yeah.
of the birds. One of the first, anyway.
The
Natty
creationists,
says-
I know.
Go on.
I was gonna say I know the creationists can't agree on whether it's a fucking bird or a dinosaur. So
And what are hairy feathers? Are they feathers that have hair growing out of them, or feathers that look more like hair?
They're feathers
Very
that
confusing.
grow like hair, I think. I can't remember. I'm going to shut up on that one. Right. Now they're talking about dinosaurs. I think we'll move on. Oh, I didn't answer.
Dinosaur.
Shit. Pterodactyl. There we go. Right.
Okay.
Question 601. Why what?
Fuck.
Question 601. How are your knees holding up?
Oh, God.
What the hell?
Fine. Move on. Next question.
Do you want?
Well,
Jen?
you see, there's ligaments and muscles, and
No, how are your knees holding up? Not how are knees held up.
I've canceled a bilateral surgical appointment twice now. Does that answer it?
So that good.
Yeah.
mine are okay. They make horrible noises from injuries when I used to do martial arts, but they're functional. They don't give me too much pain, so I'm fine.
Mine
Go on.
creak to the point that other people hear them.
Oh, same. I have since I was like 25 or something.
Oh, God.
They make this lovely noise. My knees do. No, literally, that's what it sounds like.
Sammy says, better than yours, Dave. Doesn't surprise me. Natty says, depends on which one. Seraphim says, are you not going to ask how our head is? Nope.
I think that's pretty self-evident.
No. Jones says, one's just fine. The other never recovered from an injury. Nerdy says, my knees are sort of okay. Wildheart says, not well. 9 o'clock Hero says, worn but working. Natty says, the left one, not so well because of a dumb bar fight I got into when I was younger. Ilya says, ask me again in late September after my trip to see Punchy. Now, is she implying...
You can buy knee pads, Ilya. Or use a pillow. That's exactly what she was implying, Dave.
Is it?
Why would you need knee pads? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Not
Manda.
said.
Starting at 4, well, I injured my knee when I was 13, and I still did gymnastics on it for a year after that. So I fucked it up really bad. Starting at 14, I had a total of 6 surgeries on that knee, and now I have chronic pain in that knee. So I'm going to say they're fucked. That's it.
Donna says, knees are okay, my hips on the other hand.
Oh, had them done too.
Had them done too.
Get if you need hips done, get the hips done. It makes such a huge difference, and it's a much easier surgery than knees.
Yeah,
It's
knees
worth
are
doing.
a lot to deal with.
I didn't cancel my appointments. They actually canceled them because they would not allow me to have them unless I had somebody living with me, because you need too much assistance at first.
Mm.
And they said, no, you can't. We won't do that.
MathPig, did you answer?
My knees are fine.
Damn you.
Nerdy said something truer than what he just said in chat.
My head is just empty. I don't reckon that's true. Natty says,
Not
sure
the
you-
point, is it?
I'm sure you'll have new ideas for whatever you're writing before the end of this stream.
oh, no, I don't need that. Right. Oh, no, I will.
Sarah wants to know from Ilya, is this also a question about how your head is? Wouldn't the answer to that be no complaints? No, never mind.
Natty says, and it was a dumb bar fight, lol. The guy was twice my size and an ex-Marine, and he came out of it looking worse than I did. Lol, what's worse is I started the fight. I was being belligerent and put my cig out on his pool table. Were you an arse, Natty? You suffer for that.
That's fight worthy. Have any of you
They-
know the band Gaelic Storm?
No.
I love their song "The Night I Punched
familiar.
Russell Crowe in the Head."
Mm-hmm. Come on, Jeff.
I was just say, Dave, it's no point you asking us this panel a question of how our heads are, because I think everything that's preceded before is a very fucking good on critical questions is a very good fucking indication that we're not all there.
Yes. Right. Next question.
Yeah, the fact we come here every week to put up with this abuse every day.
Right. A deep question here. Question 602. Where do you see yourself in 500 years' time?
As compost, probably.
I think I'd rather be cremated, to be honest.
So you in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Just
Or
your
or
atoms.
use the
Your,
scientific experiments.
your atoms holding in the heat of the earth.
Do we get to turn this question into a what do you want to do with your body when you're dead?
No, we did that the
Not
other day.
that question.
We
Okay.
only just had that. We need a few more episodes before we repeat.
All right.
I mean, if we get to the singularity where we can have our consciousness put inside an artificial body, provided that body that doesn't give us dysphoria from it, yeah, I could see myself doing that if that's available as an option.
Mm.
I'd want to make damn sure there wasn't any dysphoria from it though, because having lived through dysphoria, fucking don't want that with that. Like,
No, but the other thing is if you're just put into a singularity like that, there's no danger of like suicide. So
No,
they could do it and just make it useful.
and in all honesty, if you're connected through an AI that gives you your sensory feedback, they could just put something into your brain that your brain's happy with anyway, regardless of what you actually look like. So,
Right. Seraphim says dead. Ricardo says atomized. Robert says as part of an android. Joan says gone through the wormhole in some other universe.
Oh, I know how to answer this question in a second.
All right. Sammy says uploaded into the world's most famous porn star android. 9 o'clock hero says creepy crawly poop. Natty says in Andromeda.
yeah, as in from the TV show.
Yeah.
He means Lexa Doig. How do you say her name?
That was
I've seen
that was sort of where I was going to go with that. With my answer, but not quite. Not quite.
Is it Doig? Is that her surname?
Seraphim says
Nobody
hedonism
knows,
bot.
do
Hedonism bot from Futurama. I'd like that. Arrange that for me. Natty says living my new life as an alien Time Lord.
Well, that'd be kind of cool.
My fantasy about death is to be buried under a just beginning to grow bristlecone pine, so it will absorb me and I'll be around for another 5,000 years.
That'd be pretty cool with regeneration. That'd actually be kind of awesome.
Yes.
As long as you were as cool with the new body you got as the Doctor ends up being, I would be perfectly fine with that. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna pitch an idea for a TV series, Godless Scummer in the 25th century. Now I don't know it's going to be quite as successful as Buck Rogers, but it's worth a go.
Worth a go. MathPig.
The Godless Scummer goes looking for all the sex bots he can find.
I'd just be curious to see in 500 years' time whether people do actually women do wear as much lip gloss as they do in Buck Rogers in the 25th century. I just think it would be interesting.
Lip gloss is pretty wonderful. I would say yes.
I would be interested to see what life is like in 500 years' time, assuming we're still here, because there's a good possibility we won't be.
Nerd
Well,
says,
none of us will be, but I mean humanity in general.
Nerdy says, I've already written myself a note asking myself why I didn't come back earlier when time travel was invented. Sammy says, chapter umpteenth. MathPig.
Probably all going well with the Viking funeral land at the bottom of the sea.
The fish food.
I'd like that. I'd like the Viking funeral. Just be out in a fucking boat, set me on fire.
Manda?
You're not actually there to enjoy it, per se.
Well, okay, that's fine. We can do it next week.
Just on the. Well, I can always work on the basis that I can always do that on the basis that my previous sort of belief system may have been the right thing after all. You see, so and fuck it, I could get drunk in Valhalla, you know.
I'd be so happy if that ended up being the right thing and we all got drunk in Valhalla. That'd be bloody awesome.
Trouble with the Norse thing is the Valhalla's not the only place you can go. It's about quite a few of them.
Is Val Kilmer related to Valhalla?
No.
I doubt it.
Right, Manda.
I mean, I will be something else because I will be beyond dead, and I've already said I plan on having a green funeral. So
You'll be very quickly something else.
yeah, so eventually grass, which will be eaten by something else, which will,
I can't hear her at all.
No?
Can everybody else hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Sorry, Jenny.
I'm gonna refresh screen. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
You'll have been weed half a dozen times, smoked half a dozen times.
You're
I'm already at 40%
South Park,
weed
that's
every day at this point.
circle of poo.
Yeah.
It's a
Circle of poo. Jones says, give me annihilation. I don't want any sort of afterlife.
What's that now? Yeah.
Welcome back.
I don't mind it.
Amanda,
The point is, afterlife is impossible.
Hi, Jenny. Can you hear me now?
yes, I can. Thank you.
Cool. Not that anything I say is worth listening to anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Ugh.
I was trying to work
Well,
out
you're
what
one-
compilation shows I could do. Clips of people.
Not in the afterlife.
No, of the show, of questions. Right? And so far, there are only two things I can think that I can put together. Of you saying inappropriate things without realising it. And it's Manda blushing and hiding. And I reckon I can put together a long enough show for each of those things.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dave, I'd be very careful about saying inappropriate things without realising after a certain meat product you mentioned a couple of weeks ago.
That was very appropriate.
We're not
So,
going
Dave,
to
what
say
you're
it
saying-
again, though.
You
What?
were very cavalier about it too. So
Yeah.
I live by this
So what
rule
you're
that
saying, Dave, is without Amanda and I, you wouldn't have a show.
No, I think I could get someone. I need to not finish that sentence.
all right, well that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck you
You
all.
You might have a show, Dave. But you wouldn't have a highlights or best of.
No, definitely wouldn't have a best of.
Dave, I live
You
by
just got
this
another
rule.
good exit.
I live by this rule that if you have to explain that it was not inappropriate, you're wrong.
No.
I live for the inappropriate. You know that.
Oh, I'm not
Right.
judging, I'm just explaining.
You could possibly do like a Badger compilation for this as well, though, Dave. Just-
Oh, but imagine having a hissy fit about something, usually Star Wars.
I could definitely do him getting basically growling. I could probably do an hour of him growling.
Guys are not paying attention to shit because he's fucking around with his computer.
Why don't we
top
plan to
10
essentially
badger
pull
growls.
and chain for a while and get as many as we can.
Go through, find the 10 best badger growls, and you can do like one of those top 10 lists.
I'm just wondering if we could set up an episode where every question would make him growl.
You'd have to mostly ask Star Wars questions.
Right.
Specifically about how
Like, which Disney character is your favorite and why?
I'd need everyone else in so they could answer questions that would annoy him, with answers that would annoy him.
And we'd have to not be annoyed by them as well.
Which
just have to let it go.
which episode is most Disney like?
Right. Second to last question.
Which Star Wars Disney princess is the best Star Wars Disney princess? I'm sorry, Amanda. I know this is
is Princess Leia. Yeah, is Princess Leia a princess? There's
Shut
a
the
question.
fuck up, Jack.
Of course she is. Right,
it
next question. Next
now.
second to last question. Shush! Question 603. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the most intelligent?
Most intelligent next.
Yeah, most intelligent.
Funniest because I feel the latter one is something I'm not likely to achieve most times.
It's difficult. I'm so often both.
But you're forced to pick one now.
Okay.
See, I wanted to say that, but I'm more modest.
You're the most modest here.
I am.
See, when I'm with Dave, though, I'm never the smartest in the room. That kind of bugs me.
You.
I think I'd want to be funniest because I like it when people are happy.
Yeah, but
See-
Did I get serious? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I have to address Manda's point here. Right. I've just got a British accent, so I sound smart. That doesn't make me smart.
It has nothing to do with your accent,
How
fuckwit.
the fuck does that work? How the fuck does that work for me then?
Because you've got the wrong British accent.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dave.
now that's fucking racist.
It's because Dave's obviously just deliberately tried to overcome this his Scouse origins here. He'd sound like a right fucking idiot if he did.
No, I don't think people realize how brilliant Dave is. So, just saying.
That's
I would
because they're
say,
sane.
Manda, I'd probably say you'd probably probably find it easier being in the room with people smarter than you because I know you don't have I don't think you have a very high tolerance level for fucking idiots.
No, I don't. I can't take it. I can't.
Yes,
fucking
as
take it.
your counselor, Mr. Sargent, demonstrated.
Exactly.
You would have so enjoyed the stream I was in last Sunday.
What did you do? Was that what you uncalled for?
Was that at
Sorry?
the Brewers Convention?
Was that when you did
No,
the uncalled for?
this wasn't for uncalled for. This was well, it would have been Saturday night, I think, actually, your time. I jumped on one of Steve McRae's streams, not because it's Steve McRae, but because of who he had on. He had a PhD.
Dr. John Crew.
I saw some of it.
Yeah,
John Crew.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, Dr. John Crean on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was brilliant. You should have hopped in. He was brilliant to talk to.
MathPig.
Yeah,
But I told you he's going to be a guest on my channel.
yeah. So I'll be there
Yeah,
for that.
so, and you'll be there for that. So
Steve
that's
McRae?
No,
Not
I'm
Steve
not
McRae.
gonna-
John Crean.
Math
Steve's
Big,
been on my channel before, though.
Math Big, honey.
Most intelligent.
Right.
Then you'd have to fight with me.
I feel like I can See, it depends what room
She
I'm
wants
in.
to keep you dumb and funny. That's what it is.
He's so brilliant. It's just the same thing. The same thing with Dave. People don't realize just how brilliant he is. So I know though.
See, it depends what room I'm in as to whether I'm like the smartest or dumbest guy. I generally find a lot of these hangouts in these communities. I feel like I'm quite often the dumbest person in the room. Perhaps sometimes when I'm out in some of real life and I realise how truly stupid some other people can be, I feel a bit better about myself.
Oh, Jeff, come where I live.
I know, I can imagine.
Right,
See,
chat people. Let me go through the chat quickly. Natty says most intelligent. 9 o'clock hero says funniest. Seraphim says funniest. Sammy says most intelligent. Nerdy says funniest. I like learning new stuff. Robert X says the funniest. It would nice to change for once. Natty says I usually am the funniest person in the room. Seraphim says I sound stupid due to my southern accent.
That's a lie.
No, you don't,
I don't get
Seraphim.
that.
No, you don't.
Jones says
sexy. I don't know about stupid.
Jones says funniest. Want to make people laugh and lighten up myself. Nerdy says Dave is not posh. Definitely not posh under any circumstances. Natty says so I would like to be the smartest for once. Sammy says Jeff sounds like a chimney sweep.
But he says he's the smartest chimney sweep he knows.
Fucking right. I'm proud of being working class.
Are you going to sing the song now?
Right.
Jeff?
No.
Chimney?
Chimney.
I haven't drunk enough beer to start singing that.
I so want to hear that. You should do that for your channel.
Dave actually only picked up the poshing from moving to Fleet for a while, I think. That's what it's just the posh end of my county.
The disturbing thing is I don't actually know when I lost my accent. Because you don't tend to pay attention to your own accent.
So, hey, you don't sound like a Scouse, you know? I can't really do with hardly an accent.
But neither can I, that's the problem.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Can you do a Scouse accent, Dave?
No. I can say
no.
Boop. Boos.
It doesn't sound Scouse. It sounds like a posh person trying to do.
I know, this is the problem. I can say Beckenhead.
That sounds. Yeah, that sounds a bit like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do anything.
Even if you still had that accent, you still got like Newcastle like to look down on, you know, Geordies. that's incomprehensible. No, either lads, like, you know.
Yeah. Right. Last question, I think.
You think?
Yes. Well, it is the last question.
It's going to be.
Are you going for intelligent or funny, Dave?
The next question is.
Actually, Dave, yes. Did you answer that, Dave? Did you answer that question?
No, I did not.
No, Dave, it fucking hurts. Just answer the question.
And the question is, how old were you when you learned how to fart?
Oh, I never learned. I don't know. I'd like to be funny. I'm never funny. But I don't know. I would like to know everything as well. So. Probably intelligent.
Joan, don't encourage me.
No, it's intelligent.
Joan, don't encourage me. I'm on thin ice with Manga as it is.
Right.
Sorry, I just saw what Joan put in the chat, and I'm like, I'm on thin ice with Manda. I'm not going
to. We can ban her.
Don't make me yell. Fucking hurts.
Right. Last question. You have to concentrate.
In a lot of pain. I'm not doing that to her today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Question 604. Would you rather have your thoughts broadcast so that everyone will always know what you are thinking while you are thinking it? Or never be allowed to wear clothes but keep your thoughts to yourself?
Go naked. People aren't seeing what's in my head.
Go fucking sky clad, definitely.
I don't like some of the shit that's in my head. I don't want other people to hear it.
I would get arrested so fast.
Wow.
Were they? For
Probably
which?
Either of them.
What? No, not for either.
Manda.
This is hard because I hate being naked. I hate it.
Same, but
Do we really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a way out. You don't have to be naked.
I'm sure
You can have
Matt
everyone-
But I couldn't wear clothes.
Yeah, you don't have to be naked. You can have
on
everyone know
camera.
your thoughts instead.
Yeah, so that's.
yeah,
I guess-
see that.
But my thoughts are fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I'd be talking to somebody, and all of a sudden they go, "You think I'm a cunt?" So, I mean,
anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's not like I have much of a filter as it is. I kind of say what I'm thinking, so I guess I'll go with that. But I mean, honestly, if you heard the shit in my head, yeah, it's bad. But I really don't want to be naked. I really don't. So
it's not so much the thoughts in my head. It's what the voices that speak to me in my head that are saying that concerns me.
I'm not concerned about the voices that speak to me in my head. I'm concerned with the voices that answer the voices that speak to me in my head.
I'd be worried about everybody knowing just how. Yes.
The thing
Yes.
is, we're all capable of some pretty fucking dark thoughts at times, and do we really want them?
Yeah, I'm not
Fucking
worried about my dark
broad-
thoughts getting out.
I'm
I'd be-
just wondering
I'd be
why you're
concerned about
bouncing up and
them,
down like
like-
that.
what are you worried about, Dave? Now we want to know.
which thoughts are you worried about getting out, Dave?
Smut.
It is. Yeah, that makes sense. Mine is just
Smut's okay.
like the way I don't know. I'm a terrible person, so I'm just not gonna say anything.
We're all thinking we're terrible people here with this question.
I just
We're,
yeah.
we're probably no more terrible than anyone else, so we're just
No.
self-aware of the fact that
No, everyone else thinks they're terrible. Most people think that because they've been taught that these things are bad and not how to deal with them.
I'm
but if
definitely going
everybody's-
to butt naked, but yeah,
But if we
because
all-
there's still solutions to that.
No, there
But
aren't!
if we
You're
were-
not allowed to
if we were
include.
all-
There are. And
all
I'm not going to
the time
explain to you
out
what my
there-
solutions for them are, because then you can't tell me I can't have them.
You can't have them. I'm
Dave.
telling you now, you can't have them.
No, you can't because you don't know what they are.
I
Yeah,
don't
they might
care.
be perfectly valid.
There are no workarounds.
I have
You're going to live in a
I-
greenhouse.
I have actually spotted a kind of flaw in the naked thing, which kind of that means that both can be happening at the same time. Now, if a very, very attractive person of the opposite sex walks past or something, there's a very good chance that not only will they be able to hear, not only would I be naked, but they'll be understand what I'm thinking as well,
Yes.
depending on
Yes.
size, depending on what sort of position and how long something is.
At
Yes.
least you'll be able to point people in the right direction when you're carrying your groceries.
Yeah. You're like a little homing beacon, like.
Just what the fuck?
Exterminate!
Wait there.
However, I propose that
Exterminate!
Nerdy says, I'll have the private thoughts,
That'd be
Tar.
impregnate, wouldn't it?
No. Natty says, broadcast my thoughts. Sammy says, if the world is a game, they are welcome to my thoughts. Coming soon. Natty says, then people will stay away from me. We lost Jenny.
We lost again.
We lost it.
Uh,
She'll be back.
Robert, so if I choose going naked, then nothing would change.
Can you hear us, Jen?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Seraphim says, that's a hard one. I'll go clothes. My mind is not a safe place for the weak-hearted. Give me smut and nothing but.
I've had smut discussions with you, Dave. It's yeah.
See, I
And I
propose
thought
that
I had a dirty
we
mind.
all had
Holy shit.
all of our thoughts exposed to all others at all times. We would quickly realize that we are all having smut going through our heads at all times, and it would no longer be of any significance.
No, I think you would find... I've talked to a lot of people over the years, and it's not as common as you think.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I know what I'm talking to my therapist about.
Must be an atheist thing then.
Sammy says...
I wouldn't even go that far, Jen.
Sammy says, why are you embarrassed of your smut but not your dark thoughts? I don't really have that many dark thoughts. I don't. What would you class as a dark thought? Give me some examples of your dark thoughts, people.
I don't know. Wanting to kill someone.
No, I don't tend to get that.
Wanting to maim
okay.
someone.
You probably do more than
Don't
you
get that.
realise, actually, but, you know.
I don't
Wanting to
interact.
slap
Okay,
someone's
I don't
tires.
interact with people that I don't like very much.
Yeah, I don't, because that's the thing. I don't want people I don't like to hear the shit that I think about them in my head. And I don't like a lot of people.
Sometimes you're in a situation where you have to interact with people you can't fucking stand, and you just it makes
Yeah, wait. Dark thoughts. No. Dark thoughts are not my problem in that situation.
Yeah, we're all kind of fucked, I guess. Did you answer?
I want to know what Natty means by this comment.
Wait there. Same thing. What are we up to here? It would be a nightmare for religious people. Same thing if they saw me naked. Natty, I don't think about smut, and I think most people would find that alarming. No, which is what we were. Oh, I'm so far behind. What's not
Well,
coming
let
out?
Robbie answer first, please.
To be honest, religious people are kind of
Shush.
fucked anyway.
Natty
Shut-
said to me, Jenny, you might
Stop
be very
making me
disturbed
fucking
by
yell.
It makes me a little concerned. You don't have my address or nothing, right?
Maybe. MathPig.
I'm comfortable being naked, and I'm not a nice person, so it would probably be better that way.
We can enforce that one for you now if you want.
Yeah, but he's got a solution to hide himself.
That's a very good point.
Actually, having said that,
I would like to see clothes become much more optional. The only reason I'm wearing this is because
So
I'm on camera. I
Yes.
spend my day in my house naked all the time.
Oh, this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is. I'm gonna. How long can I soapbox for? Not. I only got like a minute. Otherwise, I'm gonna get pissed off with myself.
I actually
Right.
just wanted to say something before you do that.
Go on.
Religious people are kind of fucked anyway because they already believe that that fucking God, understands and is aware of every one of their fucking thoughts as it is anyway.
I've lost.
So
you
Right.
fucking perv that God person.
Say again.
Every fucking where at once. He's inside your brain. I mean, fuck
Yeah.
off, God.
Right.
Fuck off.
Here's my problem.
You heard God
Here's-
God knows every thought you've ever fucking had.
Jenny again. She reloaded. Right, here's my problem. Okay. Absolutely everything we think about nakedness and sex, okay, has been come up with in the last 150 years because of the bullshit of 150 years ago, kids were brought up around people shagging them constantly.
You usually had the parents in the same room with the kids.
With the kids and the older brothers, older
Did you
siblings.
just say
Right.
kids were brought up with parents shagging them constantly? Because that's what it sounds
No,
like.
around them. It's this idea of sex and
Around
nudity.
them.
This
God, I
idea
was
of
a bit
sex and
worried there,
nudity.
eh?
This weird thing that we have with sex and nudity where we have separated out the naked fucking human from children is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. You know, and this is my from my logical mind, yeah, because my visceral response to this is I want absolutely nothing to do with my kid anywhere near me. Right? But I know for a fact that this is what the society we lived in until recently This was the normal. What we have now is weird.
To them, not to
Well,
us.
no, to us. To humanity. To us as a species, is weird.
Oh, because other animals have sex in front of their offspring. Yeah.
No, I mean, I get it. How we feel about sex and nudity is totally fucked, especially here in America. It's yeah. At the same time, I still hate being naked though. So like, I hate being naked alone, let alone around people.
There's an element of privacy for us now, though, that we all appreciate that we couldn't have had 150 years ago. That same level of. So some of it comes from that.
The point is, you don't know if that's good or bad. You don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not saying I'm not arguing that it's not good. I'm saying you don't know. That's just your normal. And we seem to have. If you watch society, even just over the last 100 years, what people considered normal and would accept as normal has changed repeatedly.
Oh
And
yes, that's
some
very
of that is
true.
definitely not for the better.
Oh, I agree.
But they think it is now. They. Anyway, we should go. That was the point is. That was my last question. It was meant to be a nice, friendly one, and then we turned it into.
And you had a rant.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with a
How you
good rant, Dave. I like a good rant.
I know. I'm wondering if I've got another fun question, and I don't. No.
Okay, well, I'll just take off my cap. And then...
I was gonna say ask my question, but Badger's not here. I'd rather have Badger answer my question.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't have a good question I'm happy with. I've only got bad questions. So was there any chat things we missed? Lots of people arguing about thoughts.
Has anyone got a good question in the chat?
Now we have to wait for 20 seconds.
Then we have to wait. So
Yeah,
You're going to read through some of them anyway, aren't you? So
no, because they're
Nerdy's still
arguing
here,
about
because
it.
he is
They've not answered.
fucked.
they're arguing.
They're all arguing. They're bastards.
Hey,
Right?
okay.
No, fuck it.
what is the best breakfast cereal?
Kashi.
Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Cornflakes. Come on.
See, that's the problem. I have to go with cornflakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck you guys.
I would probably go for cornflakes usually, but I'm really partial to Fruit Loops.
Weetabix.
The Weetabix nice too.
See, I do like
my most
Weetabix
favorite-
sometimes.
Mm.
Again.
most-
Sorry. So I'm going to be a pain in the arse now. Going back to the thing. Breakfast is an odd thing. Breakfast is an invented thing that was invented by fucking companies to sell something that didn't
that's
exist. Say again?
Remember, you had the big English breakfast long before they started making cereals.
No, it wasn't an English breakfast.
No. Full English breakfast hasn't been around that long.
Hasn't it?
No, breakfast
I don't
is a
think
new
so.
thing.
Is it? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's well. Ideally, you should eat your best meal in the morning anyway.
No,
That's bullshit too.
that's bullshit.
that's not
Complete
true.
bullshit. You've bought the marketing hype.
Don't even care.
No, I know. I'm not. There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with breakfast, right? But my point being, that's not when we had our meal.
No, we generally speaking, we had it in the evening because you did the hunting during the day and then you cooked whatever
Well,
you
you tend to have a
got.
lunch. You tend to have a lunch meal.
Or
And then you
depending
would
on
have
when
an
you
evening
caught the meal, you ate when you got the meal.
No, we were better prepped than that for several
But
thousand years.
isn't the reality though? Whatever you have, whatever your first meal is, it's breakfast.
No. Anyway, I'm making a bigger deal. I much prefer the answer as to what is the best breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do with I like grape nuts. You have grape nuts in England, and I add raisins, and then I add nutmeg, ginger, and cloves. Just a little bit of each
Actually, sounds really nice.
with brown sugar, and it is
Oh.
fucking lovely. It's,
That does sound really nice.
yep.
MathPig, what's yours?
Frosties.
Frosties.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
that's
I don't.
What
I
sugar?
wouldn't. I used to like Frosties. I much prefer Crunchy Nut cornflakes to Frosties now.
Oh, yeah, crunchy nuts are yummy.
All right. Does anyone else remember the old adverts? If you had
For
them.
what?
For crunchy nuts.
Never heard of them.
They're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very
That's
tasty.
all brand. That's all brand.
No,
Dave.
that's not all brand. It's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes.
Yes. Yeah. I reckon that's all brand.
I reckon that's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes.
Alright, Dave's gonna have to look it up now.
Actually, you might be right. I don't know.
And the winner is... Oh,
Not
shit,
right,
it's
though.
Bran Flakes!
So we're halfway between us, really. Halfway.
Yeah,
halfway
neither of us
between
were right.
So you had
was
the
brilliant.
flake bit, and I had the brand bit.
Seraphim says, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Nerdy says, Cornflakes are pretty awesome. 9 o'clock Hero says, Bacon Bits. Bacon Bits. Ricardo says, no cereal for me, hate them all. Seraphim says, or Apple Jacks, depending on my mood.
The worst one's Lucky Charms. I'm sorry, that's disgusting.
Oh,
That's why he can keep them all.
marshmallows for breakfast? Good God.
Yeah.
They're saying that I did like them as a kid. Any of the Honey Bunches or oat cereal.
Well, why would you put milk on marshmallow? I don't
It's
even
not-
like
it's
marshmallows in
Well,
coffee.
in Lucky
They're
Charms,
little, though.
because the marshmallows are dried out pieces of something.
They're not even nice marshmallows, Jen. No.
No. Natty says
I'm
Lucky
not a huge
Charms.
fan of marshmallows. Even toasted, I'm not a huge fan of them.
Nerdy says Tiffin is the best meal. I can't believe he would say Tiffin. He's a southerner. They don't even know what
What the hell
Tiffin
is
is.
Tiffin?
Exactly. It's a secret.
What the hell is
Northerners eat Tiffin, that's it. Full stop. It's a secret.
quite
You're
like
not having
porridge.
it.
What is porridge?
It's an oats thing.
Yeah, Tiffin's an Indian word, right, Dave?
Shh. It's a secret.
Yeah, it's not that.
Is
northern.
it like breakfast at Tiffin?
It's something that come out of like the British Raj in India. It's
Natty says Monster Energy drinks. What? Sugar addict.
Pancakes. I don't mind pancakes for breakfast. Pancakes for breakfast is kind of cool.
Pancakes would be alright. They can be a bit sweet. I think I've gone off of sugar
once
for
in
breakfast.
a while.
That's the issue.
Once in a
You can
while.
have savoury pancakes.
Yes, but... Have you spent any time in America? They have pancake and waffle houses fucking everywhere.
There,
I'm not-
you know how many fucking
Yeah,
waffle
they're
houses are in
awesome.
my town? No, shit.
Waffle houses.
There are
Waffle houses are awesome.
no
I could
waffle
live at
houses.
IHOP.
Disgusting. I've
Shut
actually
up.
never been, but I refuse to. And there are fucking 8 waffle houses in my town. No Starbucks, but 8 waffle houses.
Do you know how many waffle
There
houses
are
there are in my
3.
town?
Oh,
You know how many waffle
Well,
houses are in my
Starbucks.
town? Hey, shut up! Do you know how many waffle houses are in my town?
None?
0?
None. Do you know how many waffle
Yeah, I
houses
would
are within
say
20 miles of me?
None.
0?
None.
Waffle
Yeah, how many-
houses are a southern thing because we didn't have them in Connecticut. I don't even think we had them in Arizona.
Yeah.
No.
Where-
Where's,
No, we
where's
did have
North?
one in
Where's
Ohio.
South Carolina?
What?
Where's South Carolina? Yeah,
Midway
It's
midway
north
down the
North
East
Carolina.
Coast.
that's the only place
Right
I've been.
north.
That's the only place I've been, and there was fuckloads of waffle houses.
Yeah, 'cause it's the
I'm
southern
a
things
lead.
and they're everywhere.
I'm at least 5,000 kilometers from the nearest Waffle House, so that's cool.
I'd sooner have a
for
fucking
you.
waffle house than this fucking Starbucks though. Starbucks is disgusting.
Don't.
I'm also about the same distance from the nearest IHOP, so that sucks.
What I don't understand
Okay.
about a waffle house is it's just dessert.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Waffle House is where you go in 3 in the morning when you're super drunk.
So it's
So-
goddamn Starbucks. Though,
How
really.
pissed is America?
I'd rather have pancakes than ice cream, though.
Actually, every for Angel's birthday we have it. We go to IHOP for dinner on Angel's birthday, and then they give him a sundae for and sing to him. So they do have ice cream at IHOP. I know that for a fact.
You can order pancakes for dessert at IHOP as well. Well, yeah, they actually come with the ice cream on them.
Oh yeah, which are pretty
So
good.
you get the pancakes with ice cream and the maple syrup. Oh, lovely.
I've had waffles with ice cream.
Sorry, I love the pancakes. Now I'm gonna have to go make some pancakes.
Yeah, I wish I could get up and make pancakes now. Fuck.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Damn it.
What?
How does an
Dave?
IHOP?
What?
You have
How
an
does it-
IHOP.
How does an
IHOPs
IHOP?
are great.
What's an IHOP?
Oh, for
International House of Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Okay.
They actually used to go by that name, but they shortened it and kept it. It's just IHOP, like from 10 years
It's
ago.
just
I think.
IHOP, yeah.
We don't have too many like big like American chains over here. Chick-fil-A fell flat on its face because they tried to open here, and I think worried about a lot of their real homophobic kind of shit.
That was brilliant.
avoided them, so
That was
So
brilliant. They
Chick-fil-A?
opened one shop.
like they tried to open up one shop in Reading, and it like closed within a month.
I don't know what people rave about with Chick-fil-A. I think their chicken is absolutely awful. You can taste a certain kind of chemistry in whatever
Yeah.
they're using for bread.
We didn't-
It's terrible.
There's no Chick-fil-A's in Connecticut, so when I went to school in Arizona, there was they had Chick-fil-A's in our dining halls. That was the first time I was introduced to it, and they were shitty then, and they're shitty now. Plus, like the politics of it anyway. So,
Yeah.
Angel wanted to get a job there, and I was like, "Fuck no, that is not happening."
Does he know if he gets a job somewhere like that, you will smell like that forever?
Yeah, that too. He's good at his job. When he has, he just fucking drives golf carts around and washes golf balls. So that's the job.
And has he managed to write any more off?
Golf carts or golf balls?
Oh my god, he got in trouble.
Days bouncy.
He was drag racing with another kid that he works with, and then doing donuts in one of the fairways. So he got in a little bit of trouble for that. So.
How many golf balls does he have access to?
If Dave
shit
starts
ton.
moaning,
He has
I'm
to
going
go-
to get worried.
He's got this little contraption that he just pushes on the ground that picks up the golf
Right.
balls, kind of like
So,
ones they
so,
have in
so
tennis.
I have questions about how many golf balls will fit in certain places.
Okay,
Does he have
Damn it.
enough golf balls that we can test some of these theories?
that sounded super fucking
Well, you gotta
dirty.
you really got to lube those suckers up to get them in anyway.
Right, look, okay, firstly, the answer to that is only about 5 or 6. Right, secondly, I was thinking more along the lines of things like cars and kettles and not,
Okay, well then we can perform.
question is
I
not
have.
getting
Do
them
you know
in,
how
the
many
question
golf
is
balls I
getting
have
them
in this
out.
house alone? Let alone in my yard, because there's
Can we stop talking about golf balls? It's almost as bad as candles now.
there's a green right. I can hear them teeing off because it's literally almost right outside my window.
Do they
So
all
I
shout
get them in my
4?
yard all the time.
Do they all shout
They
4?
They don't actually. I very rarely hear them shout for it, honestly.
Right, well, you need to
They
go
really
out
don't.
and scream at them until they do. Tell them they're doing it
Okay.
wrong.
Has the golf ball ever hit your house?
Not my house, but they're all in my backyard, and my backyard is very steep, so they end up rolling down, and they kind of gather in this little area around a tree. So
You've got a little golf ball commune.
yes, I do.
A shrine. Right.
Have you ever taken apart a
Sorry.
golf ball?
Yes.
When when they had the rubber band, the continuous rubber
Yes.
band in them? Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get the little bouncy ball from in the middle.
Yeah, it was filled with
I
some
like
kind
it.
of liquid.
There are some golf balls that are very expensive, that are made specifically for speed and stuff. And when they get lost in my yard, it kind of makes me happy because I'm not a big fan of. I don't like golf. I don't like the golfers. They're kind of dicks. So it makes me chuckle when I find those because like I know they're pissed for losing those. So.
You know, you can sell those things used. People buy them like crazy.
Yeah, I should. I really should.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
you can.
Angel hasn't started selling them on eBay yet. Because
I'm
I mean,
getting to start right now.
3 used golf balls for a quid in this country.
People sell used tennis balls by the bushel basket. People
You were
who
going
are
to say
on walkers,
buttload, weren't you?
people who are on walkers will pay good money for used tennis balls.
That's
Why?
true.
Why do they not use proper ferrules?
Because they
Mm.
drag and stuff. They're noisy. They drag. They scrape damaged
Yeah, the golf
aluminum
balls
or
they do work
linoleum.
better.
Yep, they sure do.
Right. Should we go?
We
I can
should.
phone the vet again. I'm going to say thank you very much to Amanda. More than I can really appreciate at this point. Thank you very much to Jen.
Hi.
Thank you very much to MathPig.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Jenny.
You're welcome. I love this group.
Me too.
And thank you very much to Jeff, but I'll probably repeat that in a minute when he gets back.
I'm hoping if I hang out with you guys for a long time, I'll start to talk funny too.
Start to talk funny. You don't think you already talk funny?
No, I don't. I'm from the Midwest. We speak correctly.
I'm going to say thank you very much to absolutely everyone in the chat. And I don't think I have a thing tomorrow. I don't know if I queued one, but I'll probably end up cancelling it because I have far too much shit and need far too much sleep. So I will see you all on Monday. I will be about people's streams later today, probably. And thank you very much for coming. Bye.
Bye.